There is a strange moment that comes to every person at least once in life. A quiet evening, a silent bus ride, a long shower thought. A moment when everything stops and a question slips into the mind. Why do some people get exactly what they want, while others work twice as hard and never move forward? You've seen it. Two people start at the same level, same resources, same abilities, same dreams. One moves ahead effortlessly. The other stays stuck, invisible, unheard. And for years we search for complicated explanations. Maybe they were lucky. Maybe they had connections. Maybe they were more talented. Maybe life simply treated them better. But then comes a quiet truth, a truth so simple that most people ignore it, because simplicity feels suspicious. Those who get what they want, ask. Not once, not timidly, not as if they're begging. They ask clearly, boldly, directly, intelligently, and with faith stronger than logic. The world doesn't reward silent dreamers. It rewards the ones who open their mouth, stretch their hand, and say, "Here is what I want." Today's story is about this forgotten art.
The art that changes careers, relationships, opportunities. The art that quietly separates those who rise from those who stay in the dark. The art of asking. Because if you learn this skill, truly learn it, life stops being something that happens to you and becomes something you shape. So sit back, breathe, let the noise of the day fade. You're about to hear a perspective that might shift your whole approach to success. Perhaps for the first time, you'll understand why the future belongs to those who dare to ask. Asking sounds simple, almost too simple. But simplicity does not mean weakness. Simplicity often hides something powerful. Asking is the first spark of creation, the moment desire transforms into intention. Before any change appears in your life, before any opportunity arrives, before any door opens, you ask. That is the ignition switch of the entire process. When you don't ask, life remains silent. When you ask, life begins to move. Most people misunderstand this. They believe receiving is the challenge, as if the world is stingy, as if resources are limited, as if success is a rare mineral hidden deep underground. But receiving is never the problem. Receiving is automatic, natural, built into the structure of life.
The real problem is that people don't ask. They think quietly, dream quietly, suffer quietly. They wait for someone to notice their efforts. They expect rewards for silent endurance. They assume that being a good worker is enough. But the world doesn't hear silence. The world hears intention. A closed mouth gets fed with crumbs. An open mouth gets the meal. You can be the hardest worker in the room, but if you never ask, you remain invisible. If asking is so essential, why do so many people avoid it? The answer hides deep in psychology. From childhood, many of us were trained to stay small. Don't bother people. Don't be too much. Don't ask for more. Be grateful for what you have. Don't get your hopes too high. These messages shape our beliefs, not consciously, subconsciously. So when we grow up, we carry invisible rules. We don't ask because we fear rejection. We don't ask because we don't want to seem greedy. We don't ask because we don't believe we deserve more. We don't ask because we don't want to look foolish. We don't ask because we're scared that a no confirms our deepest fear. Maybe I'm not good enough. But here is the twist. Asking is not a demand. It's not arrogance. It's not entitlement. Asking is courage. It is self-respect. It is the willingness to take your desires seriously. Because if you don't take your desires seriously, why would anyone else?
Asking is the spark, the beginning of a chain reaction, mental, emotional, and practical. Something extraordinary happens when you ask. Your brain wakes up. Your mind focuses. Your emotions align. Your actions start to organize themselves. It is like pressing a red button in your subconscious, and suddenly the hidden machinery begins to move. You don't need to know how it works. You only need to use it. Some people spend their whole life studying the roots. Others skip straight to picking the fruit. Asking puts you among the fruit pickers. You no longer wander, you direct. You no longer hope, you declare. You no longer wait, you initiate.
Receiving isn't difficult. Receiving doesn't require skill. Receiving doesn't demand talent. Receiving is the most natural part of life. Nature itself is built on abundance. The ocean doesn't run out of water. The sun doesn't ration sunlight. Trees don't count the leaves they produce. But people approach life as if opportunity is a finite resource. They go to the ocean with a teaspoon. Imagine that, standing in front of an ocean of infinite possibility and dipping the surface gently, afraid to take too much. But the ocean doesn't care. Take a cup, take a bucket, take a barrel. There is enough for everyone. The only limit is the size of your container. This is where power multiplies. Don't mumble your desires. Don't whisper your dreams. Don't hope someone will guess what you want. Ask with intelligence. That means being clear. How big? How soon? How long? What size? What color? What number? What amount? By when? Clarity is magnetic. Your brain moves toward what it can visualize. Vague asking leads to vague results. Specific asking accelerates destiny. This is why people with written goals succeed more often. Not because paper is magical, but because clarity shapes direction. Adults overthink. They analyze, doubt, predict failure, resist hope. Children simply believe. And strangely, the formula of success mirrors this. Plan like an adult, believe like a child. This combination is unstoppable. Adults without childlike faith get stuck in hesitation. Children without adult planning get lost in chaos. But the person who blends both moves mountains. Faith makes desires feel possible. Planning makes desires achievable. Together, they create momentum. You don't need a lifetime to test this philosophy. You don't even need a year. Try it for 90 days. For 90 days, ask clearly. Ask boldly. Ask daily. Write your requests. Speak your intentions. State your desires. Tell life what you want. Tell yourself what you want.
You can always return to your old way of living, but you won't want to, because progress becomes addictive. The world respects doers. The world follows those who move. The world opens for those who knock.
One day, you might look back and realize you weren't stuck because destiny was against you. You weren't stuck because someone blocked your path. You weren't stuck because you weren't worthy, smart, or talented. You were stuck because you waited. Waited for external permission. Waited for someone to validate your desires. Waited for the right time. Waited for results without the request. Life doesn't respond to waiting. It responds to asking. The quiet tragedy of many lives is not failure. It is hesitation. But hesitation is reversible. The moment you ask, everything changes. Hey, my friend, if this story touched something inside you, then maybe this is your sign. Your dreams are not too big. Your desires are not irrational. You are not asking for too much. You're simply asking with a teaspoon when life is offering you the whole ocean. Start today. Ask clearly. Ask bravely. Ask like someone who finally understands their worth. And if you want more stories like this, stories that grow your English and grow your mindset, make sure you subscribe, because I'm not letting you shrink anymore. You're here for a reason. Stay, grow, and let's build the life you want, one powerful story at a time.